Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be going over some practice Sinister Cup matches that we did with Texas Ranger fans, so stay tuned. Alright, so we did 4 battles with Texas Ranger fan Sinister Cup. We showed our team, but he's doing blind pick, still trying to figure out what he wants to play. So we are going to go into the matches right now. And the reason we didn't do best of 5 is because he had to go. He just had a newborn child, so he's not always going to be available. So let's get into the matches. We started this match off with Poliwrath into his Mawile. Really good matchup for Poliwrath. So he swaps into Medicham, which is going to be a good match against Poliwrath. But I don't know why we threw off that Dynamic Punch. And actually, I think we should have left this match a little bit earlier. I think we thought we could pull a shield, but I don't think that was a good idea there, especially since Dynamic Punch is resisted. He didn't even have the need to shield. So we throw in our Dusclops after our Poliwrath faints, and we're going to be doing super effective damage here with the ghost attacks against Medicham. And we almost take him out, but he does get one last charge attack in there, but it is Power-Up Punch, so not going to be doing too much. When he throws Mawile back in, we quick swap into Bastiodon, and this is an okay matchup for us. It's definitely better than the Dusclops matchup versus Mawile. We're kind of wondering what he has in the back. Probably a Steel type, if I were to guess. Maybe Probopass or Steelix, just because he's not moving this Mawile away. So he must think that matchup is good against Dusclops, as well as this Mawile being good against Dusclops. We actually take out both his shields. He does take out our Bastiodon, but we do take out Mawile, and in the back he had the Dusclops. So if you notice there, we didn't use either of our shields, so you really need to make sure I realize you don't want to be baited, or I don't want to be baited, but you do have to use your shield at some point, So I really thought that comp went well, or could have gone well, and I think I misplayed it, so I sort of just went straight into the next game with the exact same comp. And it looks like his comp is a little similar. He started off with Medicham this time, though, and I made sure just to get a couple hits in, swap out in Dusclops, and then he swapped into Mawile. So, bad matchup for us, but not terribly bad. We did get a couple hits off, so we had an excess energy going into the Mawile matchup. If it's straight up, the Mawile will win, but since we had a little bit of an energy advantage, we're able to throw out those charge moves. And then he comes in with Steelix, and our Dusclops is able to get another fire attack in there. I'm not sure I should have thrown it or not. I kind of was buying time for the switch timer to come back up so that we can go Poliwrath into Steelix. He brings back in Medicham, and he goes for that Psychic, but we shield it. Good call on our end. And then we go for the Hydro Pump to just take out Medicham here. He doesn't call us on it. He thinks we're going for that Dynamic Punch because we went for Dynamic Punch in that first game. He does get to a second Psychic with a sliver of HP and does take us out there. And we have the Bastiodon versus Steelix here. His Steelix is at half life, so we kind of just want to take his shield right here with the Flamethrower, and then we want to do as much damage as possible and try to see if we can actually get to another Flamethrower. As you see there, we were thinking about swapping, and we waited a little bit too long on that one. He was able to catch us in the charge move with that Earthquake. We do end up taking him out, though, with our Dusclops that was in the back. So we're going to try out a little bit of a different team here. We're going to go Mawile. We've noticed he's really liked starting the Psychic or the Ghost types. And he does start Alolan Marowak. And we're just going to auto-attack him down here. Marowak does win this matchup. And we decide to shield. We do get baited, but it's kind of not a bait. Two Bone Clubs are going to take out the Mawile anyways. And I don't think I go for a shield here. We end up getting taken out. We get the Dusclops a little low. or not the Dusclops, the Alolan Marowak, but I don't think we should have shielded at all. We had Bastiodon in the back. Bastiodon could have farmed down the Marowak, and we would have gone into this matchup right here, just with a little bit, with a Pokemon still alive in the back. We are trying to bait his shields. At this point, we do have the Medicham with just Power Up Punch and Ice Beam, or Ice Punch. But when we get enough TM, or we do have 2 TMs, but whenever we get close enough to tournament time, I will be trying to make that into a Psychic. I do believe that Medicham with Psychic, you can really beat up on the Poliwraths a little bit more in this cup, which everyone's still running Poliwrath even after the Power Up Punch nerfs, because Dynamic Punch and Hydro Pump are so good against a lot of this meta. So we have no shields left here against the Steelix, and we want to just auto attack him down so that we have a lot of energy going into this matchup, because we need to take a shield and get to another charge attack to win. But that's just not going to happen. We actually pretty close, but Poliwrath does resist Flamethrower and Stone Edge, so it's not necessarily... I'll have to check and see if we would have actually been able to take him out around 30-35% HP there, but I don't think we could have. Change it up a little in this match. We're going Dusclops, Poliwrath, Lugia. I think this is a really balanced comp. I really like running this comp. Dusclops is a really safe lead, and then we have pretty volatile back Pokemon in the back. So if the matchup's not too terrible, we're going to want to stay in with Dusclops so that we win the switch advantage. That's pretty much the idea of this comp right here. Win the switch advantage and win it hard. And also Lugia and Poliwrath both in the back have Hydro Pump. Just in case they get stuck in a bad matchup, they can really try to pressure the shields, because Hydro Pump's going to be hitting everything in this cup for a lot of damage. Even Poliwrath is going to be hitting for like 40%, even though it resists it. Actually, I think it's like 50%. I'll have to check that too. So we go for the shield here on the Ice Punch just so that we can win the switch advantage, like I said. So we're down a shield, but we have won the switch advantage, and we go into a Dusclops here. So this is really bad. We didn't think about this, but Dusclops is really good against both of our Pokemon. It's less good against Poliwrath, so I decided to go in there since it's neutral with Poliwrath, and I'm going to just go straight for the Hydro Pump here, hoping that he either thinks we're baiting. That's pretty much it. We have to hope he thinks we're baiting, because we're going to be down in this. So he does swap in, and he didn't swap in at a point where he was tricking us into using the Hydro Pump. We still did 1 or 2 more hits against Medicham. Then I decided I do want to use the Hydro Pump here because I do think he'll shield, thinking that we're going for a desperation play because the thing in the back won't be good against Medicham. And he does shield, and we have Lugia in the back, which is very good against Medicham. And we're just going to be eating up these power-up punches. I think we ate up 2, and then this third one I was afraid was going to be a Psychic, and I didn't want to get too low going into the next match. And we didn't hit all the bubbles, hoping that Medicham would survive and we get a little bit more energy, but it ended up working out anyways. We get the Hydro Pump off here, does about 45% of Dusclops' HP, and he's going to go for the Shadow Claw here. I don't think it KOs us, but it pretty much gets us low enough where the Hex is going to hit us. Oh no, he hits us with the second Shadow Claw here, or Shadow Punch. And we're just going to make it to Dynamic Punch here. Dynamic Punch not doing very much damage against Dusclops, but he's already so low, we just want to take him out, and we know the Mud Shots aren't going to be good enough to do that. So like I said, we only did 4 matches here. We went 2-2, Texas Ranger Fan. Really good battle partner. He was ace last season. I think he was top 20, I believe. Top 20 in the ranking for PvP, for Silph Arena in general. So we really like to get as many games in with him as we can. We know he's a really good trainer. And I'm going to be trying to get out a lot more Sinister Cup practice matches. So if you want to see those, go ahead and sub to the channel so you can get those. And we're going to be doing a lot of this team. I really like this team that we showed in this video right now. And the reason we're doing a lot more practice matches versus tournaments is because we went to a tournament last week and there wasn't enough people to actually play the tournament out. And I kind of thought this was going to happen. I didn't think I was going to get a lot of cups in this month because the end of the month is my birthday and we're going to be doing a whole lot of stuff then. So some of my weekends in October are pretty filled in, so I didn't know how many matches I could get in. But we'll try to show you some practice matches, and hopefully that'll be enough to help y'all out. I really want to help anyone out who still hasn't figured out a team that they want to use, or maybe they're one Pokemon away and they see these and they're like, oh, I really like that Lugia pick, or I really like Dusclops. So go ahead and tune in, and thanks for watching. Bye.